Good afternoon to all. My name is Lavanya, a lecturer in English from Giriraj Government College, Nizamabad. So today's my topic is problem solving and decision making skills. So how to the students must learn compulsory that how to solve the problems and then how to take the decision. So that have the skills also. So today's topic is the soft skills and the value education, that is the problem solving and decision making skills. Yeah. So come. First of all, we are going to learn about the problem. So what are the problems? What type of problems are facing by the students nowadays, right? So problems are difficult or unpleasant situations that have to be dealt with. Solving problems and making decisions are very much a familiar part of our everyday life. Problem solving helps us to deal constructively with the problem in our lives. Significant problems that are left unresolved can cause mental stress and give rise to accompanying physical strain. So here the point I have written some points that what are the problems and how to solve the problems in nowadays. The students are facing many problems, right? So how to solve, how to deal, or how to take the decision when they when they get a problem, right? So problems are difficult or unpleasant situations that have to be dealt with. Right? Problems are the difficult or unpleasant. We have to be, right? We have to be deal with that situation, go with that situations, right? Accept the situations. Yes, yeah. Next one, problem solving helps. Solving problems and making decision are very much a familiar part of our everyday life. So solving problems, right? Solving problems and making decision and taking decision, right? Solving the problems and taking the decisions are very much a familiar part of our everyday life, because in our everyday life not only the students, all the people, all the public will get the problems, different types of problems they will get. So we have to solve that problem, right? Different types of problems we have to solve compulsory, because when we solve the problems itself, we can go forward, right? When you are facing the problems, I'm facing the problems and facing the problems. So you are in that problem itself. You will be in that problem itself. When you will not take the decision, so then you will be with that problem itself. You will be your lifelong, you will be with the problem itself. So a problem is came for a person, a problem is came for a person, so then he have to sit and he have to think you have to think very very peaceful, very nicely and very intelligently. He want to think and he want to take the decision. What type of decision to solve the problem? Right? Problems are all the people will face the problem. All the public will face the problem. Different types of problems, right? In their life. In their life, they will solve. They will they will get the problem. But the person who will think how to solve the problem, how to take the decision to solve the problems, right? So that ideas will only get on to the people, right? Significant the problem solving helps us to deal constructively with the problem in our life. Okay? Problem solving helps us. When you are solving a problem, that problem solving will help us to deal, to how to deal, how to construct, how to deal, how to take a step, how to take the step, right? So in that the problem solving will be helps us in our lives. Yes. Next one was significant problems that are left unresolved can cause mental stress and gives rise to accompanying physical strain. So significant problems that are left, right? Whatever you get the problem, so you will not solve or you will not try to solve the problems. Right? So then that problems will become unresolved and can cause a mental stress for you, and also give the physically strain also. It gives the mental and also the physical strain to your body. Decision making us to deal constructive with the decisions about our lives. Decision making us to deal constructive with the decisions about our lives. This can have consequences for health. So when you take the decision making will help in the health, right? The stress, whatever it may be, the stress, the mental stress or the physical stress. So when the stress will grow, means when your problem will not solving, your problem is not solving, you are not taking the decision, you are not making the decision, right, to solve the problem. So then it will remain. It will remain, and this can have consequences to your health. Consequences means continuous to your health. Continuously you will be stressed with the mentally and stressed with the physically, and you will you can't talk to the people, or you can't laugh, or you can't share anything to the people, to the other people, whoever it may be, that is your family members or the friends or whatever it may be, right? So that you can't share your feelings to your family members or your friends, right? Yeah. So your health will be stressing, the mental stress and the physically stress. It can teach people, right? It can teach people how to actively make decisions about their actions in related to health assessment of different options, and what effects these different decisions are likely to have. It can teach people how to actively make decisions about their actions in related to health assessments, right? So that what you call the decision making, the making decision can help the people, can teach the people that how to actively make decisions, how to actively make the decisions and about their actions and related to health assessments of different options. Then only they will see the different options, the people will see the different options, the people will go to the different options, right, and effects these different decisions are likely to have. Decision making is a dynamic process with both strategic and behavioral implications. Problem solving and decision making skills are complementary to each other. Right? Decision making, nothing but decision making is a dynamic process. In a problem, you are getting a problem, you are suffering with a problem. So then decision making is a dynamic process, is a very good process that with both strategic and behavior implications. With both, your behavior will be not changed if you are not taking the decision, or if you are not decision making people. So then your behavior also changes. You will be something angrily, something stressable, mood off, right? You will look like the mood off to your family, to your friends, or to your colleagues in your college, or in your whatever it may be, the school, or where you will work, right? So that shows your behavior. right? When you take the decision, when you go to the decision making, so then that process will change both strategical and the behavior implications. Problem solving and decision making skills are complementary to each other. Problem solving and decision making skills are complementary or complementary to the each other. The problem solving and the decision making are the complementary to the each other. Yes? Yeah. Analyze the performance of problems, right? How to analyze the problems, right? Step 1, define the problem. First of all, you have to define the problem. What is your problem? You have to show your problem, or you have to explain your problem, or you have to tell your problem. You are explain your problem, right? Step 1. And the second step, identify possible reasons for the performance problems. Second step is identify possible reasons, right? Identify what is the possible to these, what is the reason to solve this problem, right? First identify that, right? Yeah. And the third step, identify possible solutions, right? Identify the possible solutions to performance problem. So the first step, you have to define your problem, you have to explain your problem, you have to tell your problem, you have to show your problem. The second step, possible reason. Identify what is the possible reason to solve the problem. And the third one, identify the possible solution. Reason, yes, what is the reason to get this problem for me? What is the reason to get this problem for? What is the reason that we are explaining the classes in the online classes? What is the reason to give the online classes? Because there is a COVID pandemic situation is going now, so that's why the government has decided to take the classes in the online. So that's why we are taking the classes in the online. So what is the reason, right? Particularly, I got a problem. So what is the reason I got this problem? I have taken the wrong step there. I would have not taken that step, right? So the reasons. After the reason, right? After the reason, solution. Go to the solution. Identify the solution. How to solve the problem. How I can solve this problem. How I can get out of this problem. So the solution. What is the solution? Identify that solution. Next one, define the problem. So define the problem. The first step is defining the problem provides a clear picture of the situation, which will help you identify possible reasons for the problem and therefore appropriate solutions. Yes. So define the problem. What is the define the problem? You have to define the problem. Defining the problem provides a clear picture of the situation. Defining the problem provides a clear picture of the solution. What is the defining the problem? You have to solve the problem. You are going to solve the problem. So that defining the problem, it shows the clear picture of the solution. You have to show the clear picture of the solution, which will help you identify possible reason. Identify possible reason for the problem and therefore appropriate solutions. And therefore appropriate the solutions. Yes, yeah. And step 2, the second step. Identify possible reasons for the performance problems. How? The second step in analyzing a performance problem is to identify possible reasons for the performance, for the possible. You must determine why there is a performance problem before looking for the possible solution. Yes, you have to, what you call, I already told that you have to performance the problem to identify the possible reason. What is the reason that I had got these problems, right? So you have to see that compulsory, the reason, identify the reason first. Yes, and then you must determine why there is a performance problem before looking for the possible solutions. Yes. Next, follow these tips to identify the possible reason for the problem. Right now, I have written some problems, right, in our daily life. So follow these tips to identify the possible reasons for the problem. Yes, yeah. First one, really on data, not options or conclusions. Yes. First of all, you have to be really the data. What is the data? What is the problem? How I have faced this problem? Yes. So first of all, you have to really on data, not options or conclusions. Be careful to avoid base. Be careful, right, to avoid the base. Realize that often the problem is caused not by the employee's ability or attitude, but by the system, process or other elements that are out of the employee's control. Yes. Next one. Third step. Identify possible solutions to the performance problem. Identify possible solutions to performance problem. The third step in analyzing a performance problem is to identify possible strategies or solutions to fix the problem. You want to develop a plan. That minimizes or eliminates the cause or causes of the problem. Tips for identifying possible solutions. Tie directly to the identified reasons for the problem. Reached collaboratively with the employee. And next, categorize the problem. There are several factors that contribute to our lack of success in analyzing the problem. Yes, this is a very right lines. No? There are several factors. We have several ways, right, that contribute to our lack of success. There are several ways that to contribute the success in analyzing the problem. Right? Problem solving. How to solve the problem? We have many. We have several ways. We have several factors. Right? Yeah. When there is a problem related to lower layers, the root causes may actually be linked to higher layers. Layers. When there is a problem related to lower layers, right? The root cause may actually be linked to the higher layers. You can indicate the root. Yes, ma'am. You can indicate the root cause of problems that may lie for beyond the initial symptom and indicate the aspects that need to change to completely solve the problem. Yes. What is that? To completely solve the problem, you can indicate the root cause of the problem. What is the cause of problem? Right? Why I have got this problem? What I have done the wrong? What I have done the mistake in my life? So you have to analyze that. You have to go to the root cause of the problem. Starting from where this problem has started, the root. You have to go to the root. and you have to see, you have to cause of the problems. That may lie far behind the initial symptom and indicate the access that need to change to completely solve the problem. Right, ma? That may help. That may help to need. That may help to change to completely solve the problem. Yes. Yeah. Next one, no? Using the sort of thinking to look into different layers of problem will help you to find the root cause and able to fix in solving some of the difficult issues. What is it? Using this sort of thinking to look into the different layers of problems. You have to look into the different ways, different layers to the problem, right? So then itself, that will help you to find the root cause. So that will help you to find the root cause and able to fix in solving some of the different issues. Problem solving is an important skill, and it is largely because of the position and non-position of the skill that the problem may not be solved properly. Yes? Problem solving is an important skill, very important skill, and it is largely because of the position and non-position of the skill that the problem may not be solved properly. Basically, the skill required is not merely collecting and gathering information with the assumptions that the problem will be solved, but with an inclination and tendency or traits inbuilt to decide about the nature and types of information available. Basically, the skill required is not merely collecting and gathering information with the assumptions that the problems will be solved, but with an inclination and tendency or traits inbuilt to decide about the nature and types of information available. Next one. Retain and utilize those information that is required for the solving the problems. Very important line, ma. Retain and you utilize those information that is required for the solving the problems. You take the information how to solve the problems, right? You take the information how to solve the problems, solving the problems. Next, it is apparent that human problem solving typically involves some type of categorization. It is apparently that human problem solving typically involves some type of categorization. Giving apparent importance to categorization naturally leads to traditional models of the process, including theoretical strategies. Categorization simplify the problem and classify the type of problem. Sorry, ma'am. Try to identify the similar problems you have. Try to identify, right? You have to try to identify what is the similar in the problem. Yes? Yeah. Generally, thinking takes place in our mind is of two types, positive and negative. Yes, this is real. Generally, the thinking takes place. When a person will think, so that thinking will take place negatively and also the positively. The two types of thinking. On one side, it benefits to poorer people, and on the other may be overcrowding. Someone will imagine the benefits in town shops, and on the other, the cost being put on everyone's taxes. So, projection is important in categorizing the problem. right, ma? Generally, the thinking takes place in our mind is of two types, ma? Negative and also the positive. So the positive reaction will help some people, and the negative reaction will also help some people. The ways, right? So on one side, it benefits to poorer people, and on the other may be overcrowding. Someone will imagine the benefits in town shops, and on the other cost being put on everyone's taxes. So projection is important in categorizing the problem. Projection is important in categorizing the problem. And next, barriers to the solution to problem. Identify the problem, structuring the problem, looking for possible solutions, irrelevant information, mental condition, confirmation base, lack of experience, lack of confidence, unnecessary constraints, making a decision, implementation, monitoring, skill, knowledge, seeking feedback. Right? Barriers to the solution to problems. What are the barriers to problem solution? Identify the problem first of all. First main thing is identify the problem, and then structure the problem, and then look for the problem solution, position solutions, problem solutions. Irrelevant information. Don't go for the irrelevant information. And mental condition. You have to maintain your mental condition very good, very positively. Confirmation base. Lack of experience. So you have to be in the lack of experience when you are going to solve the problem. When you are going to give the solution to the problem. You have to be the experience. Lack of experience. Lack of confidence. This is very much important in all the lives. Very much you have to be confidently that yeah, I can solve this problem. I can give the solution to this problem. Very much confident. Unnecessary constraints. Don't go with unnecessary constraints. Making a decision. Right? You have to make a decision and you have to implement the decision. Monitoring. So you have to pass the information perfectly. Skills, you have to maintain the skills, and the knowledge. Yeah, knowledge is very much important for all people. Next one, seeking feedback. So you have to take the feedback also. How your solution is working. Yes. Yeah. Next one, lateral thinking in problem solving. Yes. Lateral thinking is a problem-solving technique that was developed by Edward D. Bourne. It can be defined as methods which are used to alter the perception of a process. Lateral thinking is a technique that requires large amount of reasoning. It is a good technique to use in situations where pure logical may not be useful. Next, the goal of using lateral thinking is to move your mind away from thinking which is pragmatic and orthodox. People who use lateral thinking tend to come up with unorthodox solutions to problems. And they may also be able to make discoveries which were not previously considered. In lateral thinking, the cause of problem is irrelevant. It literally moves your ideas and prescriptions. Yes. Yeah. Next one, it is powerful. It is powerful tool that can be used for more than just solving problems. It is powerful tool. It is powerful tool that can be used for more than just solving problems. It is powerful because it basically allows you to think outside of the box. It basically allows you to think outside of the box. Many people struggle to solve problems or come up with good ideas because many people will struggle with the problems and they will solve the problems. Many people, right, overcome with good ideas because they allow themselves to be tied down to a certain way of thinking. So they will go certain way of thinking. They will allow themselves to think certainly. So that way they will have the ideas. They will give the good ideas and they will solve the problems also. Innovators are people who create new ideas, fashions or scientific theories. Innovators. The next type of people are the innovators who create new ideas, who create new fashions or who create new scientific theories. Yeah. Next. They will study the relevant existing knowledge and once they have it, they will use lateral thinking to alert the way they approach problems. They will study the relevant existing knowledge and once they have it, they will use lateral thinking to alert the way they approach the problem. How they will approach the problem? So from that problem itself, they will gain the knowledge and they will get the experience and they will be the new ideas. They will create the new ideas to solve the problems. Different types of problems, different types of ideas. Because they will be in the experience, they will be knowledgeable and they will be the confidence to solve the problems. And once they have it, they will use lateral thinking to alert the way they approach the problems. They will think lateral thinking, right, to approach the problems, to solve the problems or to give the solutions to the problems. These allow them to accomplish things that have not been done before. These allows them, right, these type of ideas, this type of knowledge, this type of fashions, this type of thinking will allow them to accomplish the things that have not been done before. Lateral thinking is an excellent problem solving tool that you will want to practice. So you want to practice the lateral thinking. Lateral thinking is an excellent problem solving tool. Right? Lateral thinking is an excellent problem solving tools that you have to practice more and more. You have to practice more and more. You will be surprised with the things you come up with. You will be surprised with the things you come up with. When you are learn the lateral thinking or when you go to the decision making, when you go to the decision making and when you go to the lateral thinking, you study the lateral thinking, you know the lateral thinking, and the people innovators, then only they will become the innovators and then only they will give the new ideas, new fashion or new scientific theories. So then only you will be surprised. So you have to practice all these. So then only you will become perfect. So then you will be surprised. You yourself be surprised that with the things you come up with. Yes. So This is the decision making and the problem solving skills. Problem solving and decision making skills. So these are the tips you have to follow. How to solve the problems, how to give the solutions to the problems, or how to solve the problem. Sorry, ma'am. How to solve the problem, or how to take the decision when a problem you have facing with a problem, you have faced with a problem, and you have to think newly, and you have to give the solution, how to give the solution to the problem. First of all, identify the problem and then go to the problem solution, and then go to the reason. What are the reasons the problem you are facing, right? You have compulsory the reason. What is the reason you are facing the problem? So you have to identify the reason, and you have to identify the problem, and you have to identify the solution. Then you have to give the solution to that problem. Yes, so then you can solve all your problems in your life. So then you can be experienced in your life to solve the problems, to take the decisions, to take the problems also, negatively and positively. The people will think two types, mind, two types. Some people negative thinking and the positive thinking, right? So negative thinking and the positive thinking, two types of thinkings are there in the minds of the people. So then the people will think in the two types, negative and the positive. So then they will solve the problems, and you have to solve the problems very, don't take the physically and the mental stress to you, because when you are solving the problem, so then you will not get the stress in your mind. So then your behavior will not change, right? Means angrily in your house with your family members, or in your office with your colleagues, whatever it may be, your friends, right? The behavior you have to change, right? Don't don't take into the mind. Yeah, you can take into the mind, but don't take the stress. When you have to avoid the stress, when you give the solution, when you think the solution, when you will give the solution to the problem, so then you will not take the stress to the mind. So then you cannot take the physical stress and the mental stress to your mind, right? So this is the problem solving and the decision making skills. Thank you very much. I am ending the topic.